I can look like that all the time. Jeez, look at that.
I know. Looking damn good. I feel all right. I ate shitty yesterday though. But I'm going at it hard, man. Doing
the B12 shot goes like right
here. I'll shoot you wherever you shoot me, I'll shoot you. We just got to get bigger, man. You never know.
Needle on needle, meat on meat.
Needle on needle, pal. That's what we do here because I see you out there, infidels, twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman, because as the record spins around, you recognize the sound. We're the underground. You know that we're down with what you like. Stevie's going to do what you like. But on the serious tip, check it out. Tonight we're going to flip and rip and let it all hang out tonight. It's the Locker Room Friday style, right? And we got no sleeves on. That's how you know the main event is back. We missed them last night, but it's time to flex on you fools on the Veteran Friday Locker Room. Yalla. Yeah, man. First to the table, it's Athers, and he's got the chair, baby. So he's here live on YouTube after YouTube was something happened last night. YouTube went down for about an hour and a half, quick with some meat on meat. And then it came back up with all little new icons and cute shit. So who knows what was going on. Reddit was also down yesterday, too. So we're looking at some strange media blackout. And then Twitter doing a lot of shadow banning and Facebook adds approvals and then takes them away within 48 hours. What's going down? What's going down? Did they put something into the social media water, into the platforms? Are they watching? Are they making the list, checking it twice? You know we're naughty, not nice. But it's Big Stevie Cool with the straight part down the side, smooth shaved arms. He's ready to go. He's ready to get back in the ring. He's never going to retire.
Yeah, not today, COVID. Not today. Tested negative yesterday. Now it's the 2-nostril thing for 5 seconds each. So thanks. Now I guess the term is thanks Biden, not thanks Obama.
Wow. They were showing, I think Strangler Steve sent it to me from Ticketmaster. The future protocols will dictate that you have to have a negative COVID test or be immunization to come back to concerts. So there's your bread and circuses. Take it away. Here's your vaccine from Pfizer at warp speed. Now you can go back to Dave Matthews. Have fun, everybody.
It's an interesting thing that I was listening to Adam Carolla for some reason. Now I'm just his presentation as a podcaster and the fact he doesn't really care what anybody thinks is really awesome. That could be controlled opposition because he still has a platform. So how does that work? But it's interesting about this vaccine because it's not even one, like Gates had said, it's going to be a multi-stage vaccine, right? Which I wonder if that's the procedure for the alternating the RNA and alternating the DNA within us. If it needs to be a stage by stage, because if you give it all at once, you might kill somebody. I don't know. I mean, you're literally altering what makes us maybe even unique. You're re-engineering us in a Prometheus type situation. I mean, this is genetic engineering at its bed. This is beyond anything, even
eugenic engineering. What if it's not even to do too much with you, but how the next generations of humans, when you reproduce and what they're born with in some type of new DNA cellular structure based on what happens because of this vaccine.
Well, think about this too. You can go one stage further and say, since they're going to have our social scores, since they're going to know our credit scores, since you're going to know how much money we have, they're putting stimulus checks automatically into our account without us giving any information. What if they're looking and it's like Gattaca type of, or Logan's Run or something type situation where it's like, man, this person's been on welfare for 2 years. Time to bring them in for the vaccine and shut them down. Like euthanasia. This is the death panel stuff that we were talking about for the past 10 years. There's a potential for anything.
It's just rebranded. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They're not going to label a death panel, but when they're talking about it and that gets out, sure, that's what it's all about, man.
And you have to, the way it stands now, you get 2 vaccines.
Hey, Dad, you're on the podcast. What's going on?
Just one quick thing. If you get Massey over there, help you load your snowblower around your truck and bring it out Sunday with you.
Okay, I can do that.
Put it on my bench and go through the whole thing.
That's cool, man. Yeah, not a problem. How was the how was the war thing yesterday? Good.
Yeah, not bad at all. It's raining like hell right now down here. Those pouring. I mean, they got 5 inches of rain down here. Everything is flash floods. So, but we're going to start back tomorrow. Today's kind of a washout on everything. So, but yeah, we've seen a lot of different battlegrounds, a lot of different good stuff.
Awesome. Tell everybody at home that they're listening to Hamin Media Group.
Pardon me?
Tell everybody at home that they're listening to Hamin Media Group.
All right, no worries.
Tell them. Say you're listening to Hamin Media Group, Dad.
Hey, you're listening to the Hamin Media Group there, boys and girls.
Thanks, buddy. You have a good day. I'll call you later, all right?
All right, no worries.
All right.
Just like I said, load that up and bring it down with you on Sunday.
Will do, y'all.
We'll see you then.
He don't sell for none of that shit, bro.
I like how he's like, Hamin Media Group. He goes like, what's that? And what? Huh?
You don't know. Dad, I go, Dad, will you do a podcast with me? No, I don't do that shit.
He's better off.
Yeah, man. Well, there you go. You heard the voice of the Emperor right there. Bring your goddamn snowblower. We got to get her up on the bench, boys. I blew it there. I called him, left him a note. This is how he is. I left him a voicemail on Sunday about it because I thought he was home because I saw my brother posted a picture of him setting tree stands. So I'm like, oh, they're just up there. And that's why he didn't answer my call. But he's down checking out battlefields in Virginia and shit. So I called him Sunday. He's been thinking about that snowblower nonstop for the last 4 days that he couldn't wait until that. That's how his mind works. He just got to get that fucking snowblower tire fixed, man. So, but yeah, there it is, man. I want to say shout out to the chat room blowing up. Dead Maninator, Frank's Pickle Barrel ass. Always here. James Vance. Stay classy, keeping it classy. Jay Hal, Cabinet Man's back in the house. Haven't seen you in a minute. Boss Hog, all the way from Hazard County. We saw Old Athers in here. Rat Salad Review, keep on rocking over there. You guys, heavy metal steez. But good morning to you. If you're on YouTube or at twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman, you're in the right spot. It's the Friday locker room. There's one run in. You never know. We might get another one. That was the king of the locker room right there, man. 4 years undefeated until the championship, amateur wrestling varsity, 4 years, bro.
Very nice.
Did business in the title match.
What it was to pay off. What was the winner's share of the purse?
Yep. So, but yeah, dude, I'm glad to be here with Stevie. We did miss him last night. It was a hot talk on the Horseman. Billy Ray OC calling in. Real emotional. The boys got to him with the ribbon, man, and then him and GGP squared up. Big lockups and throw off. Fuck you, no, fuck you. Lock
really?
up.
Not bad. They're actually telling each other, fuck you.
Not that level, but the tone was like, bro, what are you talking about? You know, it was real, man. It was real.
Billy Ray used to be, I mean, he may still be, but what's presented now, we were the ones that were kind of bringing him back almost to the center, right? That's the Infinite Fringe, right?
He's down with the whole thing being a psyop, but the other way, and he's just screaming like, I don't know, the camp of like smart thinkers who are falling for the emotional work instead of going, no, there really is voter fraud. We need to stop, and we're not going to subvert democracy for our want and an emotional need to get rid of Trump. Instead, they're doubling down on that other road and not going, whoa, we get it. Forget about whatever is going down. We know there's something rotten in Denmark. We got to start over again. They're plausibly denying that to get what they want the other way and justifying the emotional choice instead of going, no, there's real, either if it's on either side. We just need to all go, fuck the politicians. Let's do democracy, how it's set up. Yeah. Really, like, that's not even in the conversation.
Here's what I see too, and this is the funny part of what a rib it is, and that double think and double speak. You actually have the same exact parameters outside of the mail-in ballots, which in 2009, the Democrats themselves were saying that this thing we can't have it, because I think there was an upswell maybe with the Republicans to try to commit voter fraud at that time to get Obama out. There's a ton of things to think about here. In 2016, this is where I guess maybe they have CTE, or maybe they're just laughing at us because they're literally saying things that are so contradictory to what they said in 2016. In other words, Under those circumstances, should Hillary Clinton never concede? This woman didn't even come out to even greet her supporters since then. She hasn't addressed this for 1 second. They spent 4 years spending our tax dollars, maybe on political theater on both sides, with 2 impeachments, right? They tried to do it with Russia collusion. They did it with the whatever. I can't even remember. It's so many things. Now, all of a sudden, even before the election, Hillary Clinton comes back out, or her body double, whoever it is, and says, under no circumstances should Joe Biden concede this election if he loses. Then it's a rib, because Trump is not non-conceding. He's not saying I'm not conceding. As a matter of fact, Trump has been super freaking quiet, which is scary. What's he doing in the background? Probably media empires type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You look at that, and then they're saying, Fox called it, CNN called it, all these people called it, that don't mean the people on the street are calling it. Okay. Well, Al Gore was president-elect for 37 days in 2000. This is the opposite. This could be the receipt right now, because they're trying to do what Bush did to Gore in. There's a whole bunch of different things going on.
They paid Gore off. Look at Gore became a billionaire off of carbon.
They totally paid him off. He did much.
He said, sure, fine, $2 billion. Yeah, that's my price, bro.
Yeah, and he did, just like Bernie disappeared twice, and now he's trying to come back as he's authentic or something, like he's not playing ball. Right. Yeah, it's all the work from the top. From the top, you'll never see. From the top, you'll never get a face. From the top, you'll never hear from. We know that. But guess what? The only substantial thing that I know, it might be a little bit too nuts and bolts, a little bit too business, but you and I are businessmen. Mm-hmm. The only thing I know of is 2 things. Trump cut taxes across the board. Trump raised the standard deduction. He doubled it for married couples to $24,000. Mm-hmm. I would hope also on the crime thing, he's done more for prison reform, for crime reform than anybody. That's on the books. Those 3 things. And yeah, I wish there would be more regulation with colleges, or free college, or even more market specific things with healthcare. And I know this isn't conspiracy or wrestling talk, but if you think that Biden or anybody on that side has more of a chance, lifetime politicians that never balanced a checkbook in their life have more of a chance of setting the market straight for your health care and for business and for gas prices or food or anything else than Orange Man Bad, you're in for a hell of a surprise in January. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I have multiple firearms. Well, I might not. They might be lost on a boat and sea soon, but with more than 10 rounds in a clip. So under Biden's tax plan, I pay $200 per firearm, $200 per magazine, which Glocks come with 3, and I got to figure out a way to pin them, or they'll be nice enough to buy them back with my own tax dollars. I'm paying for myself to pay myself for the guns, if I'm even allowed to have it. Will my concealed carry still be a thing in January? Who the fuck knows? But here's my point. I said it to my wife. I said, so what these gun control people are saying, and you probably thought this way too, Ben, we just never verbalized it. So you're saying it's okay for up to 10 people to get killed in a mass shooting, but after 10, but the first 10 is okay.
That's it.
Do you see what I mean? You're pinning
They've really looked at the hard statistics of the first 10 rounds as shot by a psychopath, and only 2 because they're so angry, because they're psychotic, only 2 or 3 people get killed. So, but it seems that in the extra studies of 11 through 16, those were all hit, and that killed enough people. So we're only going to what is the math? What road do you want to go down of obscurity, retarded conversation to justify your argument of 10 shots, or your retarded argument where they shut down New York already? Stevie came out yesterday. Cuomo,
really,
just Friday, 10 p.m. gyms, restaurants, and bars, shut them down, bro. So COVID goes to sleep at 10. Yeah, COVID goes to sleep at 10 p.m. Right? Like it can't be caught after that. Just more power play ridiculousness to push you, keep needling you, keep pushing you, keep pushing you. What are you going to do when you break? And guess what? Problem, reaction, solution.
Well, I would say to the people that, obviously Billy Ray, sees what's going on in the streets, and he has the Biden signs everywhere and all that stuff. Because anybody that valued their money already left New York City and went to Florida, Texas, or Tennessee.
Maine has had a huge influx of people too.
So
that's gonna be great though. I fucking kind of love that, because they're like, it's people, oh, we love going up to Maine during the summertime, and now they've moved up there. Wait till fucking February hits. And
how's that working out for you?
They're not ready for February. No, they're not, bro. So good.
My whole thing though with that is, like, you voted now and you're voting for people to literally tell you cannot do anything, and you're more than willing. I know Papadon's not, but what choice does he have? Because he's in that financial trap where he makes the most amount of money. He has a house. But if I were him, I know it's painful, but if I were him, I would try to sell that house at the top of the market before the crash in 2021 and go somewhere where he can truly. Nashville's a new financial district. Texas is a financial boom. You can go to South Florida and there's lots of financial institutions there. Yeah. I would just really would. I
don't see a New York guy like him being able to give it up, man.
Well, South Florida would be good.
Yeah, South.
Yeah. I love to see him in I love to see him in Laredo, Texas, and see how that works out.
I'd love to see him in Retribution.
What would his name be? Bookie Monster.
Bookie, yeah, the Bookie.
He'd have blue mask with the little cookies on it. All I'm saying is that they got exactly what they wanted. Much like the manipulation. See, they're playing it like Vince should be playing. We'll segue to wrestling. Vince, a promoter, a wrestler, a character, a manager, a commentator, everybody on air from top to bottom, up left to right, is there to manipulate you and manipulate your feelings and manipulate an emotion out of you and elicit that. So you either want to come back next week or next month and love the person, or even more importantly, come back next week with the hopes that the person you hate gets beat. And that's exactly what happened in the election. They didn't vote for anybody, but they said, fuck you, Trump. And they Trump turned around saying, fuck me, fuck you. I'm about to make another 10 billion when I become the next news network and features every conspiracy, everything you don't want. Welcome to the island of Misfit Toys Network. Right?
Can't wait till we get that deal, bro. How sweet is that meeting going to be?
I'm going to DM Donald Trump Jr., but you guess what? Trump will take everybody that you
go through Covington, and we got the meeting.
Yeah. I would, I'll talk to Hartnett about that. Yeah. But even then, maybe not even a network. Maybe Trump starts his own YouTube with AdSense, right? That's even better because it's perpetuity.
Do both. Why not do both? Have it, I would love to be a vice president on that. That'd be fucking phenomenal. It'll be full bullshit and people be losing their minds. But when you want to see us sell out, you pushed it one way. The pendulum's going to swing back the other.
I talked to my cousin yesterday. This is my financial guy. And the whole Fox thing is news because they turned on Trump.
Yeah.
He goes, but Trump used them to get in office, and then Trump didn't really need them. And then when they're doing what they're doing, they're actually feeding the base that will be Trump's media base. Like Fox is trying to play along or get along to go along, or go along to get along. But what they did was they just cost themselves whatever Christians, evangelicals, conservatives, conspiracy theorists, anti-liberal or any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. They're all going. Mm-hmm. Like Trump's taken from 3 networks now, if you don't count ABC, CBS.
Well, they compromise themselves. The other ones compromise their integrity in the eyes of their followers. So that they're going to pluck from each one. Were you on the other day when I did that analogy to Pop Russo? Can't remember of Really? Somebody used somebody to get over on top and then forgot them to bring them along. I was like, I never heard of that before. I've experienced a little of that in my lifetime. And
we had that talk yesterday.
Yeah, when we were on Twitch front page yesterday, we missed you. I just ran in at the end, and it was a good time. We talked a little wrestling, but I know that the Twitch sports was keeping an eye on us because we got heat for talking too much politics and shit last time. So I switched the conversation to the Mike Tyson Roy Jones fight, man, because I've been watching the previews for that, all 5 of those that have been out on World Star, and it was a good little conversation to kind of wrap up the show. So we missed you. I know you were busy doing force flexing on these fools and doing what you got to do.
With swabs up my nose at the same time.
Say what's up to Joel Murray if you see him, man. Will you?
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. I gotta I gotta be a stand-in and stand on top of a roof for probably 10 or 11 hours, and I'm afraid of heights. So that's what money will do when you're a wrestler.
That's it. Oh shit. What else going down? Patreon, I put up some new watch alongs, you guys. I've got to edit a video from the woods I shot Saturday on Opportunity from the marketing tier. Man Beast is on his way to go record more Rip Rogers podcasts. I got one in the can. Man, it's just hitting on all cylinders. Ray tried to upload NXT show and locked himself out of Podbean, so I got to go reset the password on that after this and do all social media clients work for the morning. But it's early morning Thursday. It's the kayfabe edition of the Friday Locker Room. Stevie, what else we got going on? Anything else for these headlines? You want to punch in and punch out? Let's go.
You got to keep punching it, like Biden said. You got to keep punching it and punching it and punching it. Not really. Yeah, I do want to speak on YouTube because we both have the same problem. When I go live for the past week or so with the morning warm-up, it will be processing from anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. It will not show up in the feed. It eventually does, but by that point, everybody's moved on with their life, and it's clogs whatever other feed. So what people can do is when we do this live stream, if you want to catch it on YouTube or mine, you got to go to the home page, and if you have a playlist, it will show up within the playlist. But that's what you got to do. I don't know what YouTube's doing, dude, and it's still whatever they did last night, it's still processing from this morning, the day after. So we're not stupid. We know you fuckers are up to something. Okay. We're creating other revenue streams. Your Google AdSense is a nice little bonus on top, but you're not our mark of the beast. We can still buy, sell, and trade without YouTube. It's just a free platform to advertise. Thank you.
It is, and it's completely corrupt. And now, actually, we're name dropping everybody from Joel Murray to whoever. But I talked to Nice Peter for the first time in like maybe 2 years, and there would be possibly no Hamin Media Group if it wasn't for him sending the first round.
Epic rap battle.
Yeah, Epic Rap Battles of History. Sending the first equipment, saying, "Hey, Popsy, I love you, man. Fucking use this shit and get off the ground." He sent me that Hi-O mic, the 1280 beat USB, and now we're roadmastering out here. But he is, with all genius, there's madness, and he's very elusive and reclusive sometimes after he's way in the spotlight. And it was just great to talk to him because we've been together since we were 18 years old at Fredonia in college. I fucking hated him the first time I met him. And then we became really good friends because he's so talented. And obviously you guys know him from Epic Rap Battles and what he's done there. But he's even saying like, man, I just want to retire from the public eye for a good long while. I was like, well, you got the money to do it. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's not about that. It's just about the access people have to me. Because are you getting burned out? Like, he was super pumped to learn about how successful Hamin Media has been in the last 3 years. He was popping like a little kid because he loves it, and told him about all the inside deals and all that kind of stuff, So, but he's going to come back. I think it's undeniable. I think he's going to be possibly the next Mr. Rogers, or like Sharon Lois and Bram's Elephant Show. He's going to do something like, he's got 2 little kids now, and he can do those little kid songs all day long. Off the top of his head, he could write an album in 2 hours of little kid songs, and it'd be done within a week, and be, tormenting people across the world. But all his epic rap battles fans, the millions upon millions globally, in the 5 years from where it started, where they're all going to start having kids. And you think if he doesn't drop something that they're not all going to pick it up, they absolutely are. So it was just crazy to talk to a lot of people this week that had us, invigorated and really ready to keep pushing. And he was pumped by what I was telling him, but I was also looking at our future of like, all right, we got it here. We're going to break through. We're starting to break through and gain crazy traction and being able to live off this shit a little bit. And what happens when it really goes that and it's full sellout, which he did for 5 years straight on the road, and now he's burnt and just wants to nobody to fucking be able to have access to him, is that you and I 2025, 26. Well, that could be you tomorrow, but 2025, 26, I think. It's an interesting look to the future, but I'm glad that I have not just him in my life to get a hold of, but when we get to that point of getting over, if this Fox thing part 2 takes off down the road or whatever, that we've got a decent perspective on how to fucking pitfalls to get around somebody to help us out that way too.
Yeah, I think we're smarter than we've realized about the work of it all, and we don't sit there and go, oh God, and we don't feel like we're at the crossroads. We're just like, we've been there. We lost 4 TV shows. We sold for them once, and after that, we turned it into a complete rib, which it deserved to be, right?
Yep. But now you never know. There's other things for the spring. There's other things that could bloom. And right now we're just in a solid spot to keep our, ear to the ground, nose to the grindstone, and keep pushing everything forward, man. I can't. Yeah. Oh, I will do a job. I applied for that job. I know that job I sent you, the Hausman job.
Oh, you did? Oh, cool.
But you want to know what? I put $300,000 for payday of what I want. At first I put 200. I was like, nah, 300,000. Because I'd have to shut down Hamin Media, so why wouldn't I get my projected? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I may email them and do $299. Coworker.
Oh shit. Well, on that, we're definitely going to the headlines, man. Go check out Epic Rap Battles of History. Epic Lloyd, Nice Peter, man. The original OGs right there. And that's the thing too. Last night with Stooge off, it did my heart good not to be like, I just wanted to say thank you to him, to update him on what we're doing and not brag or nothing. And he goes, dude, you're the fucking guy who went to Chicago and brought us all out there, and I was sleeping on your fucking couch. He goes, consider it even. And because somebody's asked me, did you ever do a rap on Epic Rap Battles? No. I could have if I wanted to fucking play that friend card, but that's one of my pitfalls of me, and Stevie will tell you that, is I rather see others succeed and get them over. And sometimes my business goes to the wayside because of that. And I don't play the card enough of like, pay it back, pay it forward. I mean, if you look at the early Epic Rap, or not before Epic Rap Battles of History, the Nice Peter, Songs for Your Mom, Songs for Your Dog, all those stuff with the George Bush songs. There's a song about me, Popsy, that he wrote at my last Random Act show. I'm in another song, and I helped write a lot of those lyrics of the early days. So I don't need the edification. I mean, it'd be cool to be in an Epic Rap Battle, no doubt about it. And you guys know I can hold my own. We all used to do a show. People don't know this. Epic Rap Battle started from a show called The Beatbox in Chicago, which was mainly white kid improvisers who were all hip hop heads. Renee Descoy and Epic Lloyd would run it, and Renee was the coach of my team, and Pete and I would be in it, and you just go in and freestyle. It was like Wildin' Out before there was Wildin' Out, and it was a hell of a lot more funny. But that evolved into Epic Rap Battles of History. So you're just talking about some broke-ass improvisers eating tuna fish out of a can like broke-ass wrestlers doing improv in 2003, 2002, and that's where all that shit blossomed out of. So it's crazy when you have an original idea where it can go and what it takes to get it there. So if that's 2002, 2003, Epic Rap Battles didn't really hit until about 2015. 2014, I think, actually, when they were with Obama. So crazy stuff, man. Good to talk to him and fun to name drop and talk about that shit. I didn't even want to ask him. I was like, hey, will you do something on the platform? Because I know like he's so burnt. Like that would have been a bad choice. So
yeah.
You
did the Trump Biden one recently, right? Was that the latest one?
Yeah, I think they did, or they were gonna, and they didn't release it. But there's tons. I mean, there's 5 seasons. Frank's Pickle Barrel asked, you don't know what Epic Rap Battles is, dude? Go to YouTube. He was the number 2 guy on YouTube for 2 years. So he had the whole YouTube crew around. That's what this all relates back to. Of like starting a new YouTube. That's the guy I'll go to for the foundation, because when I was making money and Stevie I was just off my Mr. OVW making like $300 a month before the adpocalypse. And then I was down to $1.40 something after that for the next 2-3 years. But he was at the peak, man. I'm talking his videos have 28, 29 million, 40 million as a small, like that's the lower end. Some of them have 350 million views on them globally. Wow. So
did he get anything demonetized?
I don't know, because his crew was YouTube's top people at their studio. Him and a couple others went out to LA. They hooked up, and then once YouTube got behind him and pushed their stuff, they're at the top level. I mean, he's meeting with Obama and all the other shit at the White House. So
I just mean you always fall out of favor eventually. That's what I meant.
Well, I think YouTube probably learned the hard way, because with Pete, the tighter you try and grip around him because you want to love him so much, the more he slips through your fingers. And I've seen him do it with 100 people, so I'm sure YouTube got that fucking frustration too. It's like it's the hardest thing of dealing with him, because with all genius there's madness, and that's his thing, man. So I'm sure YouTube thought they might get around on him, but there's no way you're going to be able to. That's just his nature. So. And maybe that's what burned him out, because they wanted too much. Because when you try and do that to him, he just fucking shuts down. Is like, fuck you, no. So, but yeah, check it out, you guys. Epic Rap Battles of Hazard. Backstage news, Stevie. Backstage news on possible Knicks plans for Moxley's AEW World Championship. Omega announced he'll challenge Moxley for the AEW World Championship on December 2nd. According to Meltzer, Seltzer, and the Observers, the original plan was for Mox's next title defense to be against Lance Archer, a match that was teased during last Saturday's AEW Full Gear pay-per-view. Backstage segment was on the buy-in show. AEW announcer Alex Brontes mentioned how Archer was standing in the wings to face the winner from Moxley and Kingston main event bout. The match was again teased when Archer and Jake Roberts cut the promo during Full Gear. Meltzer noted that although he's uncertain if Moxley and Archer was forgotten about or postponed, it's obvious that something's going on there, and AEW is in a different direction. He also mentioned that it's surprising for Moxley versus Omega, a pay-per-view caliber match, to air on TV rather than being saved for the next pay-per-view. Another reason is since AEW's next pay-per-view, Revolution, takes place on February 27th, 2021, it may be difficult to keep Moxley versus Omega feud going more than 3 months. Why would that be difficult? It's not difficult. So that's backstage news. It was supposed to be Murder Hawk. I'll give you even more backstager news. I got a rumor from the producers yesterday that Murder Hawk is coming to the Academy.
The Academy.
The Star Trek podcast at Hamin Media Group. Murder Hawk coming to, I don't know if they're ribbing me or not. It was in the producer chat yesterday. I go, that's the most awesome and worst thing I've ever heard. Kind of, like awesome for us. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Owes me for dinner, by the way. I bought him an expensive dinner in Orlando before he got hired. He's a good dude, though. He's a really good dude. He's been through a lot, but back surgery, all this other stuff, man. Yeah, he had a big back injury that he had to have surgery when he was in Japan, right? Or right before he went to Japan. Was it during his Japan run?
Yeah, I think it was around that he came back. I love that we're getting these level of guests, man, but
you just think it's bad for his business.
Yeah, dude. I just don't want to shit on those guys if they're getting it, but man, bro, you're the Murder Hawk. You got to protect that shit. in this galaxy or the next.
Hmm.
So yeah, dude, I think Omega and Moxley's the way to go, but I would have Moxley go over on Lance, like let Lance be the fucking catalyst in there where you're trying to do with Omega, and he lays them both out. He lays out Omega and Moxley because he wants the spot. He's standing over them both and build them. And then in a contenders match, you can have Omega go over on him again and do it. So
they haven't done anything to book any monsters on this show.
No.
As far as I can see. Him and Brody have been
Cage
50-50. Yeah, 50.
Hager.
Yeah, 50-50 booked all around. Hager hasn't done much of anything. I guess maybe he was training for his fight, and that's why he wasn't wrestling for injury.
Yeah, I could see that, but you can still build him as a monster to do one or two things to kill somebody.
Well, I mean, when he's wearing the same polo shirt that Lars is wearing in the interview, he's not very intimidating, right?
No. So
I have no clue, man. I think everything is just mishmashed together, and it really needs a lot of separation. One thing I watched the bunkhouse match because Pepper, I think the world of him, and I think he's a hell of a talent. And it's funny, after everything they'd done, I actually said, you saw what I thought. The moment that I thought was better than anything was after he kicked out of the elbow off the ladder and he faced the hard camera as much as possible to show his bloody face. That was all I remembered. I told him that.
Yeah, it's the visual, man. It's about getting the character over. So I think they can extend Mox and him and Omega for 3 months. I think that could go. Dude.
Who are you trying to beat? Like, who's anybody trying to beat on their show? Oh, there's no war. There's no Wednesday night war, Monday night war, Friday night war. Everybody can just slow it down and start building. Just slow it down. Nobody's going anywhere, especially in New York now. So you got a captive audience. Enjoy.
Yeah, show's gonna have to be from 1 to 5 in the afternoon. This was a funny headline. He talks to. That's even a funny fucking screenshot.
You almost did a Keith Lee there. This is a funny headline. Why not Keith Lee on the Academy?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's if we can get Murder Hawk, we can get Keith Lee.
I swear to you, what I'm gonna do. I'm going to try. I got no Shane Taylor, who was his former partner. Yeah. I'm going to try to get Keith Lee to cut a promo to promote that podcast. I'm going to tell him, imitate Kurt. Just do the promo. You are listening to the Academy
podcast. And
I would book Shatner if is Shatner still alive?
Yeah.
Dude, I would bring him on to be fucking Keith Lee's manager and just let it go.
Let's let them talk back and forth to each other. I think you're going to win. Well, so do I. What would you like me to use? I think you should use the Dragon Lee punch. Former WWE NXT Cruiserweight Champion Leo Rush sat down with WrestleStink's managing editor Nick Hausman on a recent episode of the Daily Podcast. He opened up about his relationship with Vince McMahon, saying, "He was my best friend when I was on Raw. My relationship with Vince was great. I think he was my best friend when I was on Raw," Rush revealed. "I was probably closer to Vince than I was with Bobby. I was in his office every day. Every Monday, I was in his office. We were always talking about what was next or what he wanted to see from me to make my character elevate Bobby even more. I think that was plain as day. I wouldn't have had all those segments on Raw if I wasn't likable by Vince. That was his baby right here. That pairing me with Bobby and doing stuff with Lashley and pointing out that ass. That was all of that was Vince."
Is this a real interview?
Not only that, dude, I might just send you the headline because here, I gotta fucking just show you the picture. What the fuck is Hausman doing? Is he trying to do Asian eyes right there? What the fuck?
He's asking a question about Mia Yim or something.
He's asking about fucking Asuka. What the?
Oh, that's it. Take that screenshot. That's a meme and a half right there.
Absolutely taking that screenshot down, boys. What the fuck?
Oh my God. Leo Rush. I have to watch. I don't have to watch anything. Actually, it's fucking Thursday. I'm done.
Why would you put that up as like that's they didn't?
That's just lazy YouTube. Don't you have Affinity Photo or Photoshop? You can make a thumbnail.
Why the fuck would you fucking put that
That's
up?
what. That's the thumbnail for this episode. That's the thumbnail.
Dude, he's like, oh, you know what my favorite sound clip is?
Dude, I would just put up give me that screenshot, and we will finally have 14 hours of that on the YouTube channel.
Holy shit.
So, all right, let's just try to figure out. Did you actually watch this video in context? Was it like, hey, when someone asked me a question, like that's a really fucking stupid question, like, hey, were you and Vince McMahon friends? Oh, yeah, we were best friends. Oh, I was in his office all the time, every day. And as a matter of fact, I think he liked me better than Bobby because you know how much Bobby acted like he liked me on TV. And when we went over for hours about would I use my left finger first or my right when I pointed at that ass or both at the same time. Oh, yeah, we were best friends. Now that would be over. Like if he was totally shitting on Hausman.
I think it really is a Vince and Young Writer situation, bro. I think that is identical to the bit. And then, pal, he's going to come out and he's going to look between his legs. You ever see Jim Carrey? Yeah, I like that one when he did that. And Pet Detective talking out his ass, then you point to his ass. It's going to be great, pal. Yeah.
You point to his ass because there's a bunch of dumb fucks out there that don't know what to look at.
They don't know.
You're going to show them. And that's why you're here, pal. That's why you're here. You're my best, or you want to mate on me, best friend.
Yeah, you're my best friend. Look at that thing. You're short, but damn, you got a hammer on you. Look at the size of that thing.
Oh, you all do. That's what you probably said.
We all got big ones. I wish I had a big one. Yeah. Dude, like that. Isn't that fucked up? I think it is that fucked up.
I think he was. Yeah, I'm going to just do a complete 180. He was Vince's best friend because crazier shit with this guy has happened. He had to write the word hospital to remind himself to buy a hospital. Yes. All right. I take it back. I'm sorry, Leo. By the way, did the NXT actually create a rib character of Leo Rush and then put him over on Gargano last night? Is that
if they might have? I'm not sure.
Leo Ruff or whatever.
Well, I thought that too because that kid was on AEW, and I was like, are they ribbing on Leo Rush? But Silvio's trained with that kid and done kids trained with him in Seidel, and the kid's name is Leo Ruff. I can't believe he wouldn't change his name. From that, you know what I mean, to come right on the heels, or maybe that's why he got it signed, just so they can be like, see, well, we're playing. We don't need a Rush. We got a Ruff. Get him out there.
Or does Vince think that's Leo Rush and he goes, my best friend's back?
He's back. Where you been, pal? God damn, I wanted to put you in the Hurt business. Couldn't find you. So fucked up. But that dude, I opened that up and he's sitting there. I gotta fucking show it again. That is too fucking precious. That is fucking great.
He looks a little bit like Jeff Lane, doesn't he?
A lot.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to.
They're like the same gimmick, you know. So, good stuff. I'm gonna leave that up for a while. I might make that my background. James Storm clarifies his status with Impact after our following Bound for Glory appearance. Storm was part of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royal, and then this week we saw him with half the Motor City Machine Gun, so he's going to be tagging with them at another pay-per-view that they're having this weekend versus Triple XL. So him and Saban. So, you know, two old schoolers versus these two big bastards, man. But, dude, they had Saban go over on AC Baby before the pay-per-view, and he and Larry D is at ringside. So you got 165-pounder beating 800 pounds of fucking dude. Both, he does the plancha off and they both sell for him and they both go down on it instead of getting fucking sympathy and fighting from underneath and staying alive. But then a 500-pound guy just kills you in the corner. And guess what? That's enough that you got beat, even though you had heart. It's not going to hurt you. Instead, they put Saban over on the fucking two big bastards. And then he has to go look for a tag partner and gets James Storm. Why? He fucking won. He can beat anybody. He should just go in the tag tournament by himself. He can beat the biggest fuckers on the roster. sometimes Impact's going to impact, man. Just the wrong finish. Good match, but now Storm's back in Impact, and this is where he's around. I don't know if it's a long-term contract. He's not back with Impact, that it was just a one-off, except for this. He noted it was fun, and as wrestling should be. So he is back for that. We'll see if that parlays into a contract. I think Impact is just giving guys per performance like 5-shot deals, and then if they use them after that or they want to, they can, but I don't think anybody's really locked in over there.
No, I mean, he should have just told the truth and said, well, they don't have any money, but they'll sign me to a contract. Then when they run out of money, you won't see me again.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing with Saban is obviously they've been watching WWE in the Thunderdome because the babyface bully is the new trend. You like beat everybody up, and guess what? It's not good enough. I got a partner. Now both of us are going to beat you up.
Yeah.
You heels that need sympathy.
There's a lot of good on Impact this week. Rohit Raju's match with TJP, the Reno Scum.
I didn't like that reverse 619 thing. I saw that spot. Yeah. That was stupid. That was so weak. Yeah. And TJ is a good worker. I can't believe he would try something that makes no sense.
There's a couple things they got to be ironed out in. The scene works is a lot better than anybody else's. That's for sure.
So another thing too is I think Saban went over because he's Scott D'Amore's boy, and D'Amore is going to take care of his boys from Michigan and Canada.
So, but that's not taking care of them. If you're,
I'm not. I'm just
into the fucking pay-per-view.
Listen, the win losses really matter in life. Don't you know that?
In storyline, they do. Now I got no reason to tune in except for
I want to get on TV and just claim voter fraud every time I lose a match
by judges, right?
Yeah, I want to take it to the courts if Johnny Swinger beats me. Wrestlers courts.
Want to go to Vegas and beat the fuck out of the UFC judges after that Arlovsky fight last weekend. What a fucking work that was. Terrible.
We've had quite a bit of works in UFC lately in the past few years.
Wow. Identity of WWE's NXT's Ghostface character revealed. Introducing the Ghostface. Ever since Halloween Havoc, the mystery Ghostface character has been helping Gargano and Candice LeRae. Now we know who's behind that mask. It's my best friend. It's my new best friend. God damn it. The character first appeared in the Scream outfit at Halloween Havoc. Did a bunch of shit. Beat up Shotzi and Tony Storm. After the segment, they took the mask and revealed the identity to be none other than Indy Hartwell. I don't even know. Indy Hartwell. Here, I'll show you. It's Indy Hartwell, you guys.
It's Indy Hartwell. Huh?
It's Indy
That's
Hartwell.
me on commentary, losing my job. Huh? But wouldn't that, dude, just that one word, if I was commentating, wouldn't that, like, how long would that be remembered? That would be a meme. It's Indy Hartwell. Huh? Not even who, huh?
A shocker. The God.
You're gonna smile. You're gonna fucking smile for that camera.
You need some new gear. You know what? Halloween store's got these great new masks. It's Indy Hartwell. Yeah.
God damn it. Welcome to the Performance Dome. Jesus Christ. The Indie Dome.
Oh, so
Jesus.
good.
I do say this, though. I do like the look in the NXT look with the screens and a little bit of a darker arena than the Thunderdome.
Hospital. Write that down.
Yeah. Like, and did they have to react like it was like she's back? Like, I don't know what the
She's back and she's crimped her hair. Yeah, I like that. Here's a great one. Oh my God, you guys. The Bellas twins, they want one more run. We really, really want to go for those titles. The Bella twins may not be done just yet. In a new interview with Access, promoting the upcoming season of Total Bellas, host and self-proclaimed WWE fan asked the twins if they are now permanently retired from professional wrestling. As the old saying goes, Never say never. As it turns out, the Bella Twins might not be happy to put their Hall of Fame careers to rest without first going after the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. This is what's hard for Nikki and I, Bree told Access. When we left, all of a sudden, the WWE tag titles, women's tag titles came, and we're like, wait a second, that's for the Bella Twins. We've been dying to have tag titles. The Twins confirmed that they have one more run left in the tank, and that coming after the tag gold was their number one and potentially only priority.
You know, it's a good thing I don't have my Glock near me right now. This is why you have the world you have. Take it away, Ben.
Why have the world I have? Because of them just wanting to come back to be the women's tag team.
No, this is representative. This is the Kardashian culture that fucked society.
Yeah, dude.
These people are important for no fucking reason.
No reason. They had babies. Didn't you know that? They had kids. And
all right, how do you explain before that then?
The women's tag titles are their number one priority since having
they've been dying to get it since before it was even created a year ago.
Our kids and our brand aren't our priority. You know, coming back for the tag titles, that's our priorities. Meanwhile, my husband gets bumped out on the fucking table and hit with chairs after he's had concussive syndrome. And Birdie's on Thunderdome. Birdie's on Thunderdome. Oh, Briz. Now we're supposed to. We know both of them are married. They've both had kids, and they think that before they were credible and not sex objects, that we respected them for that. But now that they've both cranked out kids and tried to move into this mom stage, we're going to bring them back to wear pleather and short shorts to fucking make you tape trader masturbators have something to look at. Like, because, Team Pretty isn't cutting it out there, unfortunately. Give me the Bellas, to bring them back in whatever this company line is where they're talking them back in for whatever price, dude. Woof. So bad.
Well, one match with 9 might take care of everybody's problems.
I can't believe the fucking unless he had Jeff cut it. I didn't watch the Raw and SmackDown review. Surprised there wasn't a hot clip from there. You guys are laughing hard.
Which one was that?
Oh shit.
Why do people did these like interviews really mean anything anymore? Are we just so awake and jaded to everything? Like, are these conversions
phony, bro? They're so phony. They're so Dancing with the Stars. They're so People Magazine. They're so all that shit that is.
It's old media still, isn't it? It's really.
Yeah, it's garbage, bro.
This is like. I haven't read one of these in a while. I don't know if they exist. This is like Pro Wrestling Illustrated still being 100% kayfabe. Like, although the pen pal thing was pretty cool. The Swinger didn't take me up on that and do the pen pal thing.
That'd been great. Yeah, somebody will learn. But no, they'll bring them back. They'll put the tag titles on them. They'll go and sell curtains or baby bibs or strollers or whatever the next fucking thing there is. They're gonna shill to sell out and get your money, girls. No doubt. You're sexy. You're smart business women. Absolutely. You've made millions of dollars.
Now just hear me out on this.
You just came from a class of the Hills, Jersey Shore, a corporate culture that ruined America, ruined music, ruined TV, reality shows. And unfortunately, the window you were born in, that's the alley you were fucking cast into. You've made a ton of money that way, but it is so shallow and it's so a passing fad of what it should be. You know what I mean? And I'm glad all that Valley Girl bullshit is dead. That was the lowest point in American history, as far as I'm concerned. That Jersey Shore, the Hills, that whole generation, I dubbed Generation Useless. because they have no chop wood, carry water skill mentality. They're the complete digital generation with no work ethic whatsoever. I'm not going to say that because for the money those girls have made and the bumps they've taken, there's work ethic in there. But that whole window dressing of OMG and Insta lifestyle.
What if after that goes off and they close the door to whatever their home or bedroom is, they let out a deep breath and go, the fucking marks, I hate it. They sound just like us. I hate every one of them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And then I was going to say, do you think I have this path if not for people, like we're not going to have kids, but maybe kittens, like strollers and bibs for kittens. Like if we like me is fixed, so we have to get another girl and start breeding. But I think there might be a path.
Absolutely, dude.
There's no reason I can't be the next Jackson Galaxy and sell some cat strollers.
Oh, it's when we get over on the new Trump media network that whatever the new cat is, we got to find a cat that's TV friendly. Not that Odin doesn't have his charms, but this is big time and we got to cast the right cat here. And from there, that cat becomes an entire brand unto itself to go into the kitty market. And then we're doing everything Stevie's cat food, Stevie's cat mat, scratch and post, catnip, the whole nine, the entire first 5 seasons will be me and my wife trying to get Mia to use the litter box, not pee and poop everywhere. I think
that's the last 5 seasons we've lived.
I think the cover should be you standing in a litter box with your pants down and like going, "That's so Stevie."
Yeah, got to write hospital down first.
All right. Bellas are coming back. Tag titles, women's tag titles means a lot. 2020 WWE Tribute to the Troops. The special is to air on Fox this December. Looks like they will be December 6th. Will take place at Thunderdome. The show will be pre-recorded, so I'm not sure what tribute to the troops they're going to be doing on that. Another big show. They've been doing it since 2003. Traveled to Iraq and Afghanistan and a lot of domestic bases. But we'll see if they travel to the local FEMA camp while we're giving forced vaccinations to do it in the parking lot there. I think that'd be an interesting show to watch. Tribute to the troops, Veterans Day, no Forgotten Sons on Monday Night Raw, Veterans Day. We roll the package. We've got 4 Bobby Lashley. They don't even acknowledge. There's probably more than I'm not even thinking of. Lacey Evans, don't acknowledge her service at all. We roll the big Vince McMahon. Yeah, I went to military academy for a year. I was in the military too, pal. That's why I love them. And that's why I'm going to show respect to them. Forgotten Sons, who the fuck are they?
You're going to have Seth Rollins, Sasha Banks, Bailey. Who else? You're going to have everybody that hasn't even sniffed the boot camp outside of CrossFit. And that's what you're going to get.
Right.
You're going to get them. Oh, they're so great. I'm so such empty, Forgotten Sons. Dude, what a rib. It's like they're laughing. They are the Forgotten Sons. And they're like, haha. You're going to have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn putting out some fucking half-hearted thing about the troops.
Always smart to fuck with PTSD killers.
Yeah. Like legit on the record ones. Like the wrestlers are technically like Benoit and other people were kind of PTSD halfway there anyway. You just didn't have any kind of actual path of enlisted service.
Let me fuck with demolitions experts. See how that works out for me. What the fuck, man? So tribute to the troops. They just won't pay any tribute to their own that they have in-house. Good stuff. Orton, AWOL, they could put that over too. That'd be good. This was kind of an interesting thing and doing good business on their way out, but it was a shocker, and I'm surprised it didn't get to the sheets beforehand, but the Rascals are leaving Impact. It was announced Tuesday night on their beloved high-flying trio would be and their final wrestling match in the November 17th edition of Impact. The storyline reason for the Rascals being let go is that they haven't paid their rent on the Treehouse, the location where they shoot the hilarious That 70s Show inspired promos, and they're being evicted from the show. For their last match on Impact, the Rascals will have a little fun with their friends. It's Desmond, Xavier, and Wentz, and Trey Miguel and Rich Swann teaming up together. So it'll be a big 8-man. Get your shit in main event as they leave. I hope they're not going to NXT because I think they'll get lost in the flow there. I'd really like to see those guys go to Impact, because for young guys that do, all the shit that I don't do on a show, their scene work is 10 years ahead of where I think they should be. Like, though, to watch these guys play the small nuances in a scene, whether it's a That 70s Show bit or them playing the additional characters in a Moose scene or whatever, they take their time not to get their shit in, but create part of a ridiculous reality where they play it real. And I've been nothing but impressed with all of them. All three of them get the job done with character wise. And I just would hate to see them watered down and repackaged. If they get to NXT and that's their dream, so be it. They got a contract. That's awesome. But I think they're going to shine more if they went to AEW and we're given a little carte blanche.
It's hard to say. I think I've seen only a couple of their matches, but what's that?
So Daniel Price saying WWE signed him. I'm not sure if that's real or not, but I guess NXT they are.
Well, you got to make the guaranteed money.
Sure.
Impact on an impact.
That's true. That's true. But this was a nice bit of business to like send them off. It wasn't just like, oh, those guys are gone and we're going to keep moving.
That's one in 100 that they've done.
I know. And that's why I was impressed with it, man. And these guys have done good biz along the way.
They didn't even do that for Rob Van Dam. Just one day gone after he started a new talk show, right? That's what you had said. So where does that, you know what I mean? You make us think like, why should I even watch any of these guys? Because it'll eventually just be running. People are not stupid that way. You don't have anything to unload.
Is that the bad blood of Rob making 7,500 to 10 G's on a booking that they have to pay him, and those guys probably making 350? They do good biz for the dudes who fucking did good biz for them. For those who were just there to take a paycheck, nah, it's canceled. You're out.
Well, you were enough of a mark to pay him 10 grand a booking.
They thought it was.
Why not be a mark for him on the way out?
I agree. I'm not saying to not do bad business. I'm just wondering if there's a difference in those numbers.
You think they're firing a little bit of a shot in a way, or showing that? Well,
no, I think that they are doing something with character and with Rob. They wanted money, and they probably came right down to that, and it was a cold decision. So when it's a cold, stone cold, like, nah, we can't afford it. Well, then fuck you, I'm gone. Okay, dude. Have a good one. And we're not going to do any business on the way out. We're the Rascals at 300 to 400 a pop, taking the bumps at it on. We can go out and they're everybody's buddy. You know, they're the core of your locker room. They're going to do something fun on the way out for them. I just think that's the difference in the two.
Yeah, but I saw Rob's home gym with the big mural in the back. So what would you rather have?
I'm with it.
How long do those guys have to work to make 10 grand? We had a discussion right before we came on about the current business models we have compared to when I worked at TNA, when I worked at Impact. So that's, I mean, nice guys. And I don't think Rob's a bad guy either. Rob's just a business guy. And when they act like your friend, and then it's just business on the way out. You know what I mean? They can be your friend, but what it comes down to, they're not paying the Rascals what the Rascals feel like they're worth and what they may well be worth for the effort they're putting in.
Well, that's the whole, I don't know, underlying premise of Impact right now. We don't have the budget to market the right way, and we have a low amount of viewers, but we are still respected and we're doing good work, and you can get the shine here. And if you show that you can be a top player in 2 years, yeah, we can pay you this amount, a little more than the indies, and you can do your indie bookings, but it's going to give you the opportunity to get signed by WWE. And I think they've relinquished themselves to the fact of that, like, let's get the most out of these guys for 2 years and shine them the right way and be the stepping stone to NXT. I think that's pretty much what the unspoken model is for some. And then when guys are on their way back down, Good Brothers, Hawkins, and those guys, they're going to come here and we're going to get them for a price too. And then they can parlay that into, and that's kind of a 2CW strategy, to be honest with you.
then why not go all the way and have your own kind of Impact talking head show that you talks? You got a little right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Sometimes
You're drooling over the opportunity to manage the rascal.
Ah.
Oh, God damn it. Look at those sons of bitches. No, what I'm saying is, like, why not? This is one thing Impact can do instead of the Wrestle House, which has a place, or the locker room thing, which I witnessed Swinger and your girl. My God, that was the most real thing I've seen on wrestling in a year. So
you did watch it back, that segment.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Dude,
what a fucking unprofessional! What an unprofessional, petty fucking child. And Swinger, I told him, I said, dude, I would have doubled down on your gimmick and been even swarmier and creepier.
I think they're ribbing her because in this week's scene, she played a huge bitch who doesn't want to like.
They improv all that stuff, dude. That's not scripted. He told me that's not scripted at all. So what you're seeing there is a real reaction. That's not her playing a part. So I guess you're right. They're giving her whatever and they're keeping it, which can't make her happy. So,
it's apparent that she's not happy, and they're getting that across on camera. So I think they're setting her up to be unhappy, to push her out without the right. Because if nobody wants to work with her because of possible repercussions, and they're not going to say that, they're going to make it a miserable time until you fucking get out yourself. But as the world is kind of seen, who's going to be like, yeah, come on in with open arms, because you don't know what's coming.
Real business people are gonna.
I laid that out fucking 6 months ago.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, why not have an actual shoot like talking head show, kind of like what we're doing here, and you just say it could be within Impact. Hey, the Rascals are going, and they're going, and then somebody could bring it up and say, oh. So we have 3 talents that you're paying, whatever you're paying them, but we know Rob Van Dam's probably getting 6 figures a year. Couldn't you give him some of that money to what we're talking about, bringing in these WWE guys, these fucking toys of the month? Yeah, you've had these guys here for years and you let them go. Dude, that's good TV. One person saying, well, we just have not going after management, but talking about management. Like what the fuck is Don Callis and Demore doing? That's what
they got. Callis and Zombie Princess doing an after show talk. I really don't watch it, but I don't think they would go in. And
I'm talking about outside people have nothing to do with the company, but to have the information. That's what empty arena wrestling sucks. That's what I would say live on this talking head show. I can't, dude. I wrestled for 30 years and it was hard enough doing it in front of people. You can't. I God bless them. I think it's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
You get the boys paid and all that stuff, but bring people back. That'll get people talking. See, no, you can't do that because that'll make people mad because everything's about feelings now. Demore might get mad, not realizing anytime I say Scott Demore's name or Don Callis or Norholm, you're getting press in some sort of way. You're getting,
100%.
Whatever it is. Keep impacting.
India Hathaway is back.
Wait a minute. One of these shows is Josh Matthews playing basketball and interviewing wrestlers at the same time?
I didn't see that, unless that's something YouTube special. I'm glad Josh is Madison's got him wearing normal shirts and things like that again.
Oh, cool.
What was this one? Oh, AEW game to be developed by SmackDown and No Mercy Legends. 3 new games announced. All Elite Wrestling took its first steps in the video game world today. Announced 3 brand new titles, including the highly anticipated console exclusive and 2 unique mobile games. AEW EVP Kenny Omega hosted a presentation on Tuesday evening doing his best parody of Apple Titan Steve Jobs. You see that pic where they were all dressed like Jobs?
Yeah.
Cody, Brandy, and them. And was joined by fellow stars, including the American Nightmare, Britt Baker, and referee Aubrey Edwards, who each had their own announcements to make. Let's get this bombshell news out of the way right now. Why are they highlighting a ref, bro, and making her a character to start with? Let's get the bombshell news out of the way right now. The still untitled AEW console game is being developed by veteran wrestling video developer Ukes, with a surprise icon behind the helm of the former WWE No Mercy director, Hideyuki Iwashita.
You could probably beat him.
I definitely could beat him. There's no doubt about that. That goes through all the stuff that they did, but final announcement was a mobile game claiming to be the evolution of a GM simulator genre. Design a roster of wrestlers, setting up matches, running shows to generate revenue, new fans, and effects on wrestlers' stamina and morale. They're also developing a Double or Nothing casino game for social mobile poker. Along those, so casino games as well. The feedback I saw, now I don't know because I haven't been in a video game since fucking 1998. That people are like, this looks like PlayStation 3 shit, and it was like a jacked up Omega screenshot, and they were ribbing on it like what the Underground's going to do, but I don't know like if you saw it or what should be expected as a level in 2020 with a PlayStation 5 coming out. And does this make them look like we're just getting any old thing out there to the video game people, or is it going to sell, or is it look like a rib like they're saying? I don't know, but it's their first attempt. Is it going to fall flat?
I want to look at it right now. It's a Ukes product. Let me see here.
Yeah.
I can see it's a little bit between, it reminds me of New Japan 4. It's blocking in a way like that WWE mobile game that they have out.
Okay. Yeah.
This is all cutscene stuff. This is not even like developed. They haven't done any body scan. Maybe the 3D scans on the people that are in here. Who's the girl who just did the Falcon's Arrow? Oh, that's
Seth.
Yeah. No, that's one of the Japanese you can beat. Okay, here's the deal with Ukes. That Ukes engine was pretty much beaten with a million sticks from the stock market to keep the game going out, and then he used the Ukes engine obviously for years and years and years with the WWE, the Raw versus SmackDown games, and then they're becoming the 2K games. I don't know if they switched engines or that last game, like 19 was fucking awful. 18 was awful. 17 was okay. They're just bad games.
So this is the same company that had all the heat from the last 2 years.
Well, 2K has that, but it's always been based, as far as I know, because they never announced the switch, on the Ukes engine, which I'll give you history. The Ukes engine, if you're a Dreamcast person like I was, and I actually have the GM EU board, I got to get the shell for Dreamcast. New Japan 4 for the Dreamcast is one of the greatest games ever made. The New Japan series was the Ukes engine, so far ahead of its time. But we're talking about something based in Sega Dreamcast. This is PlayStation 2 or 1 era. Then you have the Ukes engine, obviously, that works like, forward and upscales. And I think they changed some code to go along with PS4 and Xbox One. But it's really, it never, it looked like an Unreal game. It looked a little bit like Fortnite with the blocky kind of like weird bodies, like cartoonish. Now, if you have a game like WrestleMania Wrestling that's sprite-based and art-based, where you're getting a retro game.
Right.
You have a different expectation. But when you're talking about PS5, Xbox Series X games, the systems are both out now. What are you looking at? And when's this going to come out? You're not going to be able to utilize the full power of this, of these consoles probably for another year or two. And you got to dig down into the hardware and then the code. Is Ukes going to rewrite the whole code and finally do right with AEW when they had $1 billion company that they were only just legacy building these video games? I don't think so. I think this first game's going to be, let's just get it out there because it's a different game and let's do as little as possible. Then you start having the participation trophies. It used to be where 20 guys would be in the game because the video game check would be, you could buy a house with the video game check.
Right.
But now, through everybody's got to be on the roster. You're going to have 40, 50 people, and then DLC. There's no real money to go around. Also, let's talk about this. There's a little trick with WWE that if you're DLC, you don't get paid. And when you have 50, 70 people on the roster, nobody makes any real money off the game.
Mm-hmm.
So now, and the games keep selling less and less this year, like Madden. It's just like we're smart to the work. We're not buying it. I'm fine with Madden 19 or Madden 20. So does that make sense? I think this is going to be basically, if anything, it's going to be a legacy release with new body scans based on the same technology as you get in 2K18, 19, and I don't even know if they released 20. And also the move set, the controls are going to be similar, because why would they re-release and rewrite the whole code to do this? This could be out by spring. And that's why I said, if it's 2022 release, then they possibly are rewriting the code, but then you've lost 2 years of income, and AEW may not even be around in 2022.
Yeah, what are we talking production-wise? Because I'm just loosely putting numbers in my head. If AEW's audience is 800,000 and we can sell the video game to half of them, which is a pretty, bold prediction. What do they cost? $50 a piece? Average?
There's the trick. No. Next gen games are now $70.
Okay.
And the trick is, what they do is with the $60 PS4, Xbox One, the game's only really 50% of what it once was, and now you're DLC and your upgrades, and now they're going to sell fucking coins so you can get 3 different Cody outfits, which he gets a royalty check for each version before his Senate run. I'm sure that's coming up.
Yeah.
So no, this just technically, I hate to be negative because I'm a big I love video games. I love Fire Pro. I love the fact that Kenny Omega is probably the reason that Ukes is working with AEW, because he still has a lot of power in Japan, I think.
Okay.
And he's over with the video game crowd. He probably was buddies with those guys and the people in there. I wouldn't blame him, dude. I mean, much like I have a connection to Michael Herman at Retrosoft Studios, and I'm very involved with that game. It's a fun process. But
gives you a future after wrestling.
Yeah, it does, definitely. But I feel like this is going to be more of a bottom line game release than a true creative evolution in the game. You're going to be lucky if you get a PS4 version in a PS5 console. Oh God, let's stop the show. The Illuminati, I filled out an application for them. Yeah, it was like $40 million salary per week.
I think they can swing it. They got the money. Vince McMahon misses his first WWE television taping since Thunderdome was built. WWE Chairman Vince McMahon was not in attendance for last week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Reports of Mike Johnson via Buck, PW Insider. It was apparently the first time the bosses missed television taping since the Thunderdome was built. SmackDown featured a women's title match between Bayley and Sasha.
Ding dong.
Oh, sorry. 3 qualifiers for both men's and women's Survivor Series matches, the main event, yada, yada, yada. The show was instead helmed by Bruce Pritchard, and McMahon returning to the Thunderdome for Raw this week. So I don't know if him and Leo Rush were hanging out, having a good time, whatever.
He missed it.
He missed it.
Oh, like, why did he miss it though? Like,
I don't know. That's the dun dun dun. Why? WWE reportedly considered moving Thunderdome to domed MLB Stadium. Maybe he's meeting with Trump about I was thinking about that. Like, what would Vince want to be in on? A big major news studio thing like that. I think Trump and him will be in on that together. As reported, WWE's residence at Amway Center in Orlando is quickly coming to an end, as the company will need to vacate the venue ahead of the proposed 2020-21 NBA season. According to Meltzer Seltzer, one possibility, the company is considering setting up their first state-of-the-art Thunderdome facility in the Tropicana Field, home of Major League Baseball's Tampa Bay Rays. WWE is looking for another extended stay wherever they head to next. The Dome Stadium in St. Petersburg, about 2 hours with traffic from the Performance Center in Orlando, so it's a longer drive, but for some, it's still logistically easier than moving to another state. So
it's an hour drive from Orlando to Tampa. It's not like it's a big deal. Like, they're acting like yeah, we used to travel with this job. a little bit. My God, an hour.
Street team again. Oh.
An hour. I was going to say, you try driving 15 miles in Atlanta traffic. There's your hour rather than a highway.
In New York to Chicago for a payday that you don't get and got to be PayPal to you 2 days later.
It was a real blizzard.
Yeah.
Now, does this Tampa Bay Stadium have a dome on it? Have they thought this
It
through?
doesn't even have a dome.
No, I mean, it's going to rain. It rains every day in Florida. Oh, please don't let it have a roof. Please don't let it have a roof.
Goddamn, pal. Nobody told me we didn't have a roof.
Oh, my
The
God.
house. We have it at the
Blew
house.
the roof off the fucking place.
Blew the roof off that motherfucker.
Oh, man. I would have said, why didn't you just do, Tropicana would be it because Raymond James Stadium doesn't have a roof, which would be even more entertaining. What does the Amway Center have going on that's so important that they need to get back to? Like, why aren't they hosting
NBA season? It said was the excuse.
Oh,
I don't.
man, please go back to the Performance Center and let's get this guy back.
Let's get it back.
I need that guy. I know, dude. We have not seen that guy once.
Him and Dabakato having a good time together.
Oh, I love it, dude. An eye for an eye. Those two guys are
Gone.
those they deserve to win like some kind of PWI award.
So good. Braun Strowman reportedly considered a baby face by WWE. B12 face. WWE currently has the monster among men, Braun Strowman, on the internal list of baby faces. Internal list of baby faces.
We got to keep track of this.
Report PW Insider. This comes as something of
God.
surprise. Strowman has been playing the role of a heel, since being turned in his feud with The Fiend, who has a history of altering those he comes into long-term contact with. For what it's worth, Strowman hasn't exactly been exhibiting signs of being on the side of good in the recent performances, or being good. He teamed with Sheamus, a heel, just last night against Riddle and Keith Lee, baby faces, to preview their upcoming match at Survivor Series. Yeah, well, then Sheamus went backstage and as a heel pissed off and got baby faced by Drew and ended up at the end of the scene as a smiling baby face talked down with Jameson, liquor, and kegs and indie reminiscing. So I got to see this fucking internal list of baby faces. Write that down. We need an internal list of we're going to
Wait. I'm just going to write. I'm going to write baby face. A piece of paper to remind me that my company has baby faces.
We need them to heal out. What the fuck, bro?
Oh, man.
Follow-up Strowman news. Braun Strowman admits he sees himself in Raquel Gonzalez. Braun Strowman recently took the time to praise WWE NXT superstar Raquel Gonzalez for her work ethic.
Wait a minute. Read that headline again.
Braun Strowman admits he sees himself in Raquel Gonzalez.
Okay. You got it now?
Yeah, I got it when I saw it the first time. Strowman spoke with the TV Insider in his relationship with Raquel. I see a lot of myself inside her. She never thought she was good enough. She had people tell her that. We developed a really good friendship in the last year and a half, and going to the gym. I got her hooked with my trainers and nutritionists. She said she's had such a transformation, not only
hooked. Got her hooked.
Not only with her body, but with her mental state. She's hungry. Her and Rhea Ripley were the best thing on television a few weeks ago. It's amazing to see the younger talent so hungry and willing to work and do whatever it takes to take the next steps. It shows how much fire there is for this business and how this business will thrive for many years, he said.
Yeah. Well,
thriving. Is that Raw rating out yet?
Oh my God. Well, if you search Raquel Gonzalez, the first thing that comes up is a mugshot of someone who lives in Bradenton, Florida with her boyfriend, Ezric Davis, 30. Apparently the two were engaged in intercourse. Girlfriend beat up her boyfriend after bad sex. Okay, WWE may have to put out an internal memo about SEO. But that's his new girlfriend, who's actually another wrestler. And wasn't he dating a wrestler before that?
Team Little Big, right? Wasn't that something too?
I can't keep track, dude.
Well, that was Alexa Bliss and him.
Okay. Who's Raquel Gonzalez, by the way? Besides the woman who beat up her boyfriend over bad sex.
I thought she was the ghost face in NXT, but apparently that's Indy Hartwell. So I don't even know. Raquel
of course, Indy Hartwell.
That's
another one where it's like Raquel Gonzalez is coming into the ring, huh? Please start change.org for me to be commentating NXT.
Savio Vega announced that he will attend the Undertaker's final farewell at WWE Survivor Series. Undertaker is set to have a final farewell at WWE Survivor Series, and Vega has been confirmed. It seems like WWE will be using current and former WWE superstars for this segment, likely those who have had an impact on Taker's career. IWA Puerto Rico has confirmed that Vega will be appearing for this after 30 years, be back due because he was in the original segment as well. So we're going to do that. And he's part of the Bone Street Crew locker room group that Undertaker was involved with. So, I'm glad to see nostalgia here, Savio Vega. But the bigger thing is, dude, how many more times is this going to really be it? Dead man lays down the hat and the coat. Then we bring it back for Raw 25th anniversary. Then Saudi Arabia. Then we're going to do the Michael Jordan 5 part on him to expose it fully. And then we're going to have him on Stone Cold Podcast talking fine. But now here comes the dead man again for the final laydown of the dead man until we bring the dead man back from the dead next time for the 35-year dead man. Like, what the fuck, bro? Could you not send this guy off in the proper way 7 more times in a row?
Here's my guess on how this is going to go down.
Dead man.
Yeah. Someone's going to attack Savio Vega at Survivor Series, and he's like, I was going to retire, but now, rest in peace. Orton will attack Savio or somebody, or something will happen.
Will Savio be playing poker backstage?
I'm not quite sure.
Not
Will
watching.
he play an AEW Double or Nothing mobile game?
Well, it depends. If he's playing poker, then you got to watch out for a janitor with a welding mask on. If that fucking happens, it's all over.
I think what's going to happen is that the janitor and the forklift driver are going to try to murder Savio.
Maybe we do need just a Survivor Series team of backstage grips and
the trades. That's what you call the group, the trades.
The tradesmen. The tradesmen. But it'll be interesting to see Savio on, man. Hopefully he gets a chance to get
I won't be watching. I'm not going through. I don't get paid to watch that. Sorry.
Who will survive? Not Stevie. Survivor Series looks as brutal as it can be based off of whatever the segment was with Team Raw this week. Holy shit. Alexa Bliss.
Taker should be very excited to be coming back to this current product.
Yeah, actually, I'll come back to the Bliss story. I would do that last. Miro recalls heat he and Lana suffered in the WWE when they got engaged. Fans will recall Miro was in a storyline with Summer Rae and Ziggler when Miro and Lana were no longer together on WWE TV. However, when an image of him and Lana leaked getting engaged in real life, the angle was quickly squashed. He said, literally, I have no idea. I had never had heat with anybody. I remember that one time I had was about the wedding, but it was not our fault either. They said that we leaked the pictures, which is not true at all. So we were in the angle. It was me and Summer against Lana and Dolph. And one summer we did get engaged, but she sent that picture to the office and to some of the girls. It's the happiest day of her life. She's getting engaged. Somebody leaks that and they blamed her. They blame me. I do jobs for 6 months. Our story gets canceled that night. We were in Chicago. I remember it because I was supposed to win the IC title. I was supposed to get married with Summer. Then they nixed it that night. When I talked to Vince, he's like, well, TMZ, it's like CNN. It's world news. Everybody knows it's true. Everybody will go against it. So CJ did nothing for a long time, and I was doing jobs forever. So
That's way been.
That's where it started. That's the pebble in the pond, and her not being smart enough to either keep it kayfabe and protect their business and send it to stooges that they know are going to stooge, and they think they're going to get around on it and that they're untouchable, and they're at home doing TikToks and stuff in their condo and things along those lines. If you remember back to that, him doing the fucking mow the lawn in his underwear memes and shit like that. Meanwhile, you want him to be Ivan Drago and shit, and you guys are blowing that out of the water for social media vanity metric likes. I never had heat with anybody. You're setting yourself up, putting chum all over yourself, and then jumping in the ocean going, I wonder where the sharks are. And fucking when you get bit going, I wonder why I'm getting bit. So that's exactly what they live for there. And then nobody smartened you up during your time at NXT or ever on how to play the game is ridiculous to me. And then once you get thrown down the well like this and you're in fucking Bobby Lashley, Rockin' Robin wedding scenes and shit along those lines, it's blatantly apparent what they should and should not do. Meanwhile, we have people in Retribution doing the same shit every week. We have, and we wonder why the product's where it's at, dude. And then even this, again, saying this kind of stuff on Twitch, on podcasts, on Jericho shit is only going to ensure that your wife goes through another table week after week after week because you are selling for them. And those same stooges that leaked those pictures are the same ones that are going to WrestleZone and WrestleSting and taking these and sending them right to the fucking notorious COB. Okay.
This is not so much of a mystery as he's making it out to be. And why are you doing these recalls of things that are, like you said, now more table spots?
More.
Why are you doing interviews, and if they want to ask that question, you just don't field those questions. Say, hey, don't ask me anything about Lana and WWE. Let's stick to AEW. It's actually hurting both of them. It's hurting his because he's already lost in the shuffle. He's just another guy there already.
And he don't care.
So he doesn't care. You just cash your check, do whatever, but
Maybe what if he's the real genius and he really hates his wife and he's just doing this to fucking
it's a wrestling marriage. He just ribs him. So I'm gonna this just leaked actually on social media. I sent it to Hamin office. What do you think?
Oh my God, that's gonna blow up the sheets if I've ever seen it, man. We better get this out here. Retweet HMG.
He's having a good time though, isn't he?
Yeah, dude, loves it. Loves that. Dude, something about your gravelly voice. You see my buddy, he comes out like, Stevie's on the phone? Yeah, pal. Let's get me over. Have him call Omega for me.
I'm like Siegfried and Roy without being dumb enough to get mauled by tigers. I'm not there yet. I will be there soon.
You're a proud gay American. Get him a tiger.
This is the amazing thing, though, because these people are making real money. Like it used to be, like legitimately, it doesn't feel like they're independent contractors anymore. Mm-hmm. It feels like this money, they must feel like it's guaranteed, and it seems to always be coming their way. And every time you see Liv Morgan's kitchen and her farm, you're like, where did that money come from? Like, it's literally like, are you really making, and I hate to say it, is she really making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year? Is Lana making as much money as she making with what we see just from her closet with the clothes and all the kind of house her and Mira are living in? Is Natty really making that kind of money to have the kind? Maybe they're living outside their means. You know what I mean? I did a show for this week on the morning warm-up about living within your means. Like I literally, this outfit, this is a free shirt, $6 shorts. I don't even have my $6 Goodwill sneakers on and my socks with holes in them, but my money is in the bank being invested and making me money for later. I'm not living the lifestyle. Dude, I feel like the way these lives are being lived and the business that's being lost, this is an epidemic, kind of like when guys and girls were dying from drugs. Now it's going to be you're going to be broke because you have a different kind of addiction to the lifestyle and the social media and all the vanity metrics, and nothing that's going to prolong this money beyond your career. They really do think they're going to be doing this forever. It's really weird.
you watch them and you see children. That's the thing. It's like children with huge bank accounts and egos and think they're over, who still act like 14-year-old girls with,
Somebody said they got back end guarantee clause. I don't understand what that is. And if you've ever seen a wrestling contract, I'm pretty sure you're about 99% fucked. The only thing is you will get some money for what you've done here. That's the only guarantee that I've ever had.
Yeah. You mean spending $10K on Mayweather tickets isn't a smart move?
That was Enzo. How's he still living that lifestyle?
That going for you, buddy. Yeah, and they want to possibly bring them back. I gotta shut this Discord down. You guys are fucking blowing it up in the Russo one this morning.
Nice.
Yada yada yada.
You know what I've spent 10 grand on in the past 20 years? Nothing. I told a story on the morning warm-up too. I legitimately had a look of, what's the word? Someone recognized me getting out of my car, going in the Best Buy, and I drive a 2006 Honda Accord that's been paid off for years. And I don't plan to get anything else until that fucking thing, knock on wood, dies a long time from now. They looked at me like they recognized me and said something, but then they looked at me like, wow, this guy is so down on his luck, how far he's fallen, this and that. If they only, just like you say about the stuff all three of us, you, me, and Russo are doing, if they only knew.
If they only knew, man. And they will someday, but that's a long ways away.
They didn't even notice the Glock inside the soccer shorts.
Glocker shorts. 2 stories left to follow up on that. Jesus Christ, I can't get these notifications. Discord. Bloop. I got to get my shit in. Hello. Alexa Bliss insists that the health of WWE wrestlers is 100% the priority with the company. Alexa Bliss is on some third-party platform talking to, it was Allison Rosen's Is Your New Best Friend. She gave her thought on being an independent contractor. I also saw her on Heel by Nature. I don't know if that's Natty's sister or not, or whatever. She says, WWE takes care of us 100%. We are in contract, and anything that happens inside the ring, WWE takes care of. Our health is 100% priority with the company. Unfortunately, we're living in the middle of cancel culture where people try to start rumors and make their assumption of things. There's never been a time where I've ever felt uncomfortable being in the ring, forced to be in the ring. When I was injured, I had concussions, and Vince said, all right, we're going to send you to the best specialist there is. And he did. I saw the concussion specialist, and they went above and beyond to take care of me. I know everyone feels that way. Oh, yeah? Do you think Lana feels that way right now? You think they're thinking Lana's fucking best health interest is the fucking, we got to protect this girl. How do we do that? Week 8, get her out there through the table. What she's going to wrestle Nia? What could possibly go wrong now? Tell that shit to fucking Kari Singh.
Yeah. I want to also play something in a second. I'll give you 3 or 4 different instances where I was told specifically. Were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, why the fuck is Alexa Bliss even on these things when she's supposed to be doing the demon fucking character?
So fucking stupid.
So stupid.
All right. I will give you at least 4 different times, and I'm not going to go one by one. Injuries that required surgery. And you know what I was told when I said, I'd like to go to Dr. Andrews in Alabama? Dr. Andrews is for top guys. Find your own doctor. We'll see about paying for it. We'll see. You do it, and we'll see if we're going to pay for it. Oh, okay. Find my own doctor, do my own surgery, get all that stuff done. Hey, why'd you get surgery? You didn't tell us. Yes, I did. I don't see an email anywhere. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Driver. You don't have a driver? No. What? Yeah.
Oh, Heal by Nature. What's this? Good Lord, what the fuck just happened? That was that Bailey one of, it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
You pay for, you don't have a driver?
Oh, well, we drive together, you guys. It's super fun. Yeah, towing the company line, the BS as it all rains down, where people are getting laid off left and right. Ratings are at the all-time low. Do we even have the raw rating? Has anybody got that out there yet, or no? I'm not sure.
Good luck.
Our final story coming to I can't. Vince needs to log in Discord. Sorry, I'm on air, bud.
Heal by Nature is no, it's a different one, or I don't know what this is, but this is different interviews.
It was the same line. Final story: Senator Rhodes in an interview with Bleacher Report ahead of Full Gear. Cody said, a quote about his possible political aspirations. Said, quote, "I have a ton of desire to do more acting so long as it doesn't conflict with my job here. I'm 35 and I said I wanted to wrestle for 5 more years. I have political aspirations. I would love to run for Senate in the great state of Georgia. I wanted to help with the sphere of influence I've created. I always say, if you do the work, it'll pay off. That's why I love Brandy. She's so incredibly hardworking, and we have to remind each other to be present often. But when we are, it's very special." I don't know what that has to do with that, but yeah, Stevie, I think you'd be great in that campaign. Campaign manager Stevie.
I always said if another professional wrestler here in the Atlanta area would run for office, I would just have to stop him. To stop him, because that would make his ego that much more. I think Cody's in a slightly different situation, but this is a cult of personality type thing. Mm-hmm. Cody's got a pedigree for growing up here. He's a state wrestling champion. I mean, it's a smart move, but then again, if you really want to have any kind of change in the world and do anything useful, politics is the last place you go to. Politics is a place for people that don't know how to do anything effectively or productively. Somebody that cannot manage their money, somebody cannot create wealth, somebody cannot manage wealth, somebody cannot even balance a checkbook, and someone that has no idea how the real world works, which, I mean, has Cody been in the echo chamber for a bit now? Is he starting to see that this is just the next thing for him to do, because they seem to be the it couple in Atlanta? I've seen them even in Atlanta airport up on a...
Bro, you got a fucking interracial couple, very well spoken on TV, young, exact opposite of what everyone going, fuck these 70-year-olds who think they represent me. They can all go fucking die. He might be hitting it right at the right time, dude, to be able to use TNT money locally and get over along those lines. I could see him sliding through based on the celebrity alone and taking that Senate spot, bro.
Probably run liberal, not conservative.
Yeah, I would. Absolutely.
I mean, the state is turning blue anyway. Atlanta's super blue. I mean, I mean, if he's talking about Senate, though, he's talking about the Senate is representatives represent districts. Senators are more with the state, correct?
Yeah.
So that's a much harder job to get to be a senator rather than someone that's a representative like AOC. It can't, I mean, if she can do it, I'm sure Cody can fucking, do it. I mean, and there's plenty of dead voters here that'll definitely remember his dad and vote for him. Sorry, Odin's real over this morning. Wow, that's his
great deal, bro. It's big Odin show.
I mean, what do you think? Is it this is an era of dirty politics and other things. Is there anything that's in their closet that would be exposed by somebody who will play a game that they're not used to playing? Like Ventura even said, wrestling is one thing, politics is, even shocked him a little bit.
Yeah, is there things behind the scenes that could leak out, or will somebody have an agenda against them? I don't know, to do bad biz down the road. But I could see if AEW does make it that far that he will shift gears, and depending on how well heel does as well, if that's a big hit or not, that could totally send you in a different trajectory, right? And because if he gets into that and starts doing movies, well, then he's going to be dancing like Batista in pajama pants, waiting for the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy contract 3 to come through and towing whatever line that he's got to tow.
Well, do you think he sees the Batista and the Rock and all that stuff and says, if I start at the bottom floor of this and see that I'm ready to play ball and I'm already in line with their with their progressive ideas and everything. Of course, before I run and do all that, I'm going to try to put all my money offshore and hide it so I don't have to pay the tax. And also I'm really open to a little bit of legal insider trading throughout the years, like Pelosi and all these other people that really they actually legitimately repealed a bill that said that you cannot do insider trading while you're in office. That's not suspicious at all. No, nothing to see here.
Possibly Mr. Rhodes goes to Washington. We'll see, you guys. There's a chance for
I know Michael Mann might have to be there to stop that.
But that is your headlines for the day. You guys, appreciate you sticking through it. We made it, Stevie, through an abysmal Raw. Impact and AEW had highlights with people we care about, so we'll keep rooting for them.
Senator neck tattoo that popped me in the chat.
Senator neck tattoo. That's interesting.
Vice President pockets. Going.
Wow, good ribs. Good ribs. That is interesting. Look at the neck tattoo, the Decepticon America that I got. Or is it an
I'm going to transform Georgia.
Roll out. Senators, roll out.
There's two S's in that word. I don't think you got it right.
We're still trying to play ball. But yeah, man, we got it all going down here. You can see him in his sleeveless Force USA shirts. I'm sure plenty of great, new videos coming up as he's putting together the biggest home gyms to show you guys how to do it step by step, taking the bumps while he's doing it all the way along, getting you inspired in the morning with the morning wake up show. And we're just glad to see him back here. We missed him last night on the Conspiracy Horseman, but it's Big Stevie Cool, ProWrestlingTees.com/Stevie Richards, code Stevie5 on everything. Stevie, what else we got going down today, man?
Dude, all I want, my only objective in life at this point is to be on AEW for 3 minutes, and he comes down to the ring. I go, oh, here's Senator neck tattoo. And I'm out. I'm retired. That's on my way. Senator neck tattoo. I don't know why. That just fucking got me. Outside of that, the YouTube channel, the morning warm-up show, and I can be Senator Motley Crue tattoo that's been removed. Morning warm-up show, 6 a.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday. Please go to the YouTube channel page, go to the playlist. If you don't see it from that day, YouTube's still playing their little game. Outside of that, like Ben said, Stevie 5, Force USA, and DiamondbackFitness.com, StevieRichardsFitness.com. They're legitimately 100%, like Ben said. Lockdowns are coming. Get your stuff now. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to be over-prepared, like nobody else is. Also, besides that, Career Junkie Podcast, my wife just interviewed the owner of the Atlanta voiceover studio. So cross your fingers, say your prayers, pray to Satan, do whatever you do, Sal. And because I feel like she has a real future with that. And she did an amazing interview with Heidi Rue from the Atlanta voiceover studio. So I'm very proud of her. And look at
these guys trying to get their shit in. Sorry, on the way out.
What are they doing?
When Rip signs off with me, he's ripped it since we first started. I go, yo Allah. He goes, yo Allah. He always says yo Allah. All right, Popsy. So now people are starting to call me Pops again because that's my old school nickname from improv and comedy, and that followed me into OVW. But now they're getting to hear Rip call me Pops, and nobody in wrestling really knows that a ton. So here they fucking come with their little inside jokes.
Nice. Odin's the first cat of Georgia.
Fuck yeah, man. They're the only cat of Georgia. Coolest cat in Georgia, no doubt. So
make sure you have that dog around the pyro again. That's always a good idea.
Always. Yeah, animals, don't bring them out in wrestling shows. It only tortures them. And we were tortured by the headlines, but we escaped to a brighter day, Stevie. And there'll be plenty of shows going down here. Man Beast is recording with Rip today, so maybe we'll get another Yo Allah. And what else? Broster's Coffee, hoard it, you guys. Why wait? 5-pound bags out now. Get it for Christmas. Get Zordos olive oil, thebrosters.com, ZordosOliveOil.com. All of our pro wrestling tees. I'm looking into getting hoodies, because you guys been asking about that for Conspiracy Horsemen. So I uploaded the Culture Vulture shirt. I'm not sure if that should be up today or tomorrow, but patreon.com/Hamin Media Group, 80 patrons already. I'm unbelievably blown away and humbled by that in just 3.5 weeks time. It's crazy, you guys. So I'm very driven to keep giving you guys the best content, watch alongs as much as I can produce around the clock. You guys are making me have the ability to be able to just sit here in the new saddle, the new chair as we game it along, and keep editing videos and keep trying to inspire you guys. We appreciate you being such loyal listeners and followers and adopters of everything we're doing, whether it's in the Discord or the Twitter or Twitch or Twitter. That's where we're going with it. Twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman, hackerhamin.podbean.com, Stevie Richards YouTube, russosbrand.com, Russo TWC, everything, you guys. We're just producing constantly for you. Check out Master Shoot. Let us know what you think. And we really don't care at the end of the day because we got too much going on. So y'all appreciate all the producers, Street Team, and everybody else who's making it happen. Monday, Wednesday, Friday locker rooms here. hackerhamin.podbean.com, infidels. Yalla.